Shoutouts. That's what this was about, was shoutouts. Okay, so I got a few shoutouts here. Now, I mentioned in the last video, and I cut off somewhere, and I said something like, oh, don't worry, don't get mad at me if I don't make you in the shoutout, because when I did 50 subscribers, maybe I've already mentioned you. I'll probably go ahead and mention you again, but don't get bent out of shape if, oh, you didn't mention me, I'm unsubscribing. Well, go right ahead. If you're gonna unsubscribe to me for not shouting out your channel, most likely these are channels I'm subscribed to. So if I'm not subscribed to your channel, chances are I'm not going to give you a shout out. Doesn't mean I don't like you any less. It doesn't mean that, I don't like you as a subscriber. I like all my subscribers, as long as they're not just spamming me with just literal spam. Just, oh, you suck at this game, or oh, I would have done this differently. Well, some of the games I did were blind, so it's kind of hard not to do the games correctly the first time, because sometimes they're just blind and sometimes I just want to get them out of the way. But aside from that, let's go ahead and get into the shoutouts. I know I said that like 3 times already, but finally we're getting to the shoutouts. So first shoutout I wanted to mention was Redmage1987. He is one of the people who I have just been floored by. He's one of the YouTubers I can actually sit there and watch everything he posts. I watch it, and I don't usually do that. Most of the time I watch stuff that interests me, but most of his stuff always interests me because he's not just doing a normal run of the game. He is doing a challenge run, which is really cool. So if you like challenge runs, if you want to see a game and you think it's impossible to do it this way, oh, there's no way you could beat Ninja Turtles 4 without any deaths, or there's no way you could do Super Mario with no deaths, or as Small Mario, or there's no possible way you could do Metroid with no deaths, Metroid on the NES or something like that. I mean, he can do like any of these runs, and it's just amazing. I go home and I try the runs myself right after I watch him do it, and I can't even do it. I can't even scrape the surface on what he does, and he just hops through the game like it's nothing, and I'm just like, how do you do this? I couldn't even fathom how well he does those games. So if I had to say a channel one of the channels I'd say to subscribe to, I'd say subscribe to Redmage1987, because he's just awesome. That's all I can say, is he's awesome. And one other thing I like about Redmage is he actually will comment. If you left him 100 comments, he would, if you had a question in 75 of those comments, he would practically reply to everyone, and he wouldn't be upset. He would, I'm not saying go flood his inbox of questions, but, I mean, if you ask him a question, like 90% of the time he'll answer it, as far as I know. I think he's answered all my questions. I'm not saying he'll answer every question, because I don't know him, but I know him well enough to, he will tell you a certain way to do a game. He'll be like, well, here's what you're doing wrong, here's the way to fix it. Or, like my Mega Man X run, I got clear to Sigma, and I couldn't beat his last form, aside from, just because I didn't have enough health. And as far as I was concerned, there was only one sub-tank in Mega Man X. I didn't know there was any more than that, and according to him, there's more than just one sub-tank, and if I would have known that, I wouldn't have had a problem beating him. I didn't collect all the heart tanks either, and that's probably another problem, but anyway, he actually made a side video in a private link, and he said, here's the video, here's how to beat Sigma, and his dog, or wolf, or I forgot what it was, if it was a cat, or oh shoot, I can't remember what it is, the beast thing, and then you fight Sigma, and then Sigma's head like rises up, and it's this final form, and it's like these arm things, and they like come down like that, and you hop on his arm and blast his head or something. I don't know. That's just, yeah. So that's basically it. He's a really cool person. You should check him out. If you like, if you don't want to watch the boring same bland run, watch his runs. They're challenge runs that I never even thought you could do challenge runs. It never crossed my mind. But he does them, and if you can think of a challenge run, he'll probably even give you a list of all the games he's gonna do. You know, just ask him, say, hey, would you do this game? He may not do it right away. You know, he's got lots of requests and stuff, but he only has like 130 something or 140 something subs. Last time I checked, I think, somewhere around in there. And I think he deserves a lot more subscribers. Hell, he deserves a lot more subscribers than I do. You know, at times. I mean, because I just do normal runs. I just do normal runs of the games. And he does, like, bam, all these crazy runs. It's crazy. So if you want to, go ahead and check him out.